Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. And if you've been there before, which a lot of you have, people might not, but although you have, you will know this. And if not, I don't care about sports. I don't really care about the World Cup, even though I'm Norwegian and the Norwegian team is doing well. We have Holland, we have Ødegaard, we have Nusa. Yet, I don't really care. Well, I suppose I care in the way that I would say like I care less than 1%. I care in the way that after games that Norway's played, I kind of look up the results, and I'm not sad that Norway's winning so much, but I'm not overly happy. No, I can't say I am. Like I care in the way that I like the things around it, like the clip where the Norwegian trainer kissed his wife. That was so cute. I like where the substitute teacher did a play on how to pronounce Holland or haha Holland, as he said. That was very cool. Uh, and that's kind of it really for me. Oh, also, it's kind of fun that Channing Tatum is like all into Holland and everyone is all into Holland, even though I live close to where Holland's from. I live in Holland's country. I don't care. I mean, I suppose the other day a guy asked me on the bus like if I care about Holland, and I said like, doesn't everyone? And I'm like, no, I'm not really a fan. I can't, and I'm not a fan. I'm not an anti-fan, but I'm not like consciously thinking about Holland. I like I want him to succeed and whatnot. It's nice that he does, but yeah. Still, the way that I celebrate the World Cup is with this video. And hey, maybe I'm going to do a similar video later on if Norway wins against England. But yeah, well, we are playing against England on Saturday. I'm not sure if this is going on Saturday on Friday, but yeah, anyway, we're playing against England. Hmm. So I decided to do a little video where I talk about English authors and also talk about Norwegian authors or like Norwegian books. And you know what? I mentioned I forgot. You know what? I'll talk about that. No, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I forgot about two books, but like I have done videos before where I talk about Norwegian books, so I don't need to mention all of them. But yeah, first I'm going to talk about the English books. And honestly, it was kind of difficult to find English books, even though I read mainly in English. Most of my offers still are from the US. Oh, and I also forgot about this one. Give me a moment. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, just took two. I suppose I could have. Originally, I thought I'm going to find 10 books because there's 10 players on the team, and then it just got out of hand. But also, I mean, you could think that some of the books represent the fans. They could represent the chef. I mean, yeah, it's not that strict, really. But yeah, but as I said, yeah, it was kind of difficult, honestly, a bit to find English offers. I mean, yeah, I did find some, yeah, but it took some looking to find them. Like, yeah, you have to know, like, remember which one. And I had to do some Google. Like, for example, there's lots of historical romance offers, but a lot of those books take place in England, but few of them are English authors. Most of them are from the US or Canada. So, but I did find some books. So let's start. We have The Exact Opposite of OK by Laura Stephen. So this one takes place in the US, but it's by a English author. It's a YA book. It's a like think Veronica Mars. It's kind of the same style. It's a main character who's badass, who's kind of on the outside. A lot of things are against her. She's an underdog. Very feminist based book, I would say. Based focus book. Yeah, you know. It's the first anthology that I would say you could read this one, you don't have to read both of them. It doesn't end on a cliffhanger. So to put it like that. To put it like that. And then we have Murder on a Summer Break, which is the second in the series, which the first is Murder on a School Night. So this is also a duology. And yeah, there's also another Kate Weston series here. Summer. I'm just gonna yeah, I mean, the main point is kind of to show off authors. She has other books as well, but yeah. And yeah, again, feminism, but this is feminism, murder, but also girl power. I suppose I said feminism, so that's kind of obvious. And yeah, very, very good book. And duology, I would say, in general. Then we have While You Were Seething by Charlotte Stein. So this is the third book, and as you see, I actually haven't finished this book. Most of these books I have finished, but yeah, most of them I have finished, but some of them, yeah, I have started this one. But yeah, this is the last in this series of contemporary romances. I believe actually this one actually takes place in the US, but anyway, the author is from England, so I'm counting it. Then we have No One Ever Has Sex on a Tuesday by Tracy Bloom. So I got this around 10 years ago, just only because of the title, because, I mean, doesn't that title intrigue you, draw you in? Yes, yes, it does. And I read it like, I think I read it like once when it came out, but I just love it being so fun. This author also has like a book called George Clooney, my husband, or something like that. I want to marry George Clooney. I'm going to marry George Clooney by Christmas, something like that. And yeah, it's just very funny. I kind of want to reread this. So if you look this video and you think you want to read it with me or reread it, if you haven't read it before, give me give me say so in the comments, and we'll do that. Then we have My Brother is a Superhero by David Solomons. Though, okay, I think actually I'm gonna check something here. No, I was like think like is he Irish? But no, he's British. British, sorry, English. All the different words, but yeah, he's English. This is the first in his middle grade series, 5 book science fiction series. It's very funny, and also, of course, it's very beloved because this is the 10th anniversary edition. So, yeah, of course. I mean, the only thing new is that the new cover. There's nothing else new. Like, there's no extra bit in it, but still, very, very good book and series. And then we have Holly's Mail, represented by Geek Girl. I just love this series. Holly's Mail also has some adult books. Did I not put them? Give me a momentito. Yeah, anywho, she also has. Can't find a one. Okay, yeah. She also has some adult books now. Cassandra in Reverse, which was Reese Witherspoon Book of the Month. And she has a new one that came out this year called Boom! I Know How This Ends. This one I haven't read yet. I do very much want to read it, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah. I suppose also like I suppose you could say like this is a new book. Maybe there's some new people on the English team. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter that much. It's mainly me talking about books, okay? Get on with it. Get on with it. Then we have A Girl Like Her by Talia Hibbert. Okay, so also information. Firstly, I kind of had an idea to find just books that came out this year because the World Cup is this year. And honestly, finding books by English authors from this year was actually even harder than just finding English books. And also, in this book, it came out this year in like a new fancy cover and whatnot, but it's a re-release. It was originally released as a indie book, and now it's released by a publisher. So, yeah, does that make it not count? I'm counting it. Okay, Girl Like Her. It's the first in a series. It's autistic representation. It's set in a small town romance, and yeah, I just love this book a lot. And yeah, Grumpy Sunshine story, very good. And then we have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sandy Mangana. She is English Asian, but she is English, of course. I mean, I don't know how to say it. Like, the name might make you curious, but she's English. Um, and yeah, it's just this is a very good book, as I feel like everyone already knows. It's been everywhere. Came out a few years ago. It's everywhere. It's so good. It's even getting a new beautiful cover in the weekend in the fall. So you know that. But yeah, and then we have Robert Thorogood's A Meditation on Murder, a Death in Paradise story. So he has some books that he wrote in a Death in Paradise universe where the characters are from the first few series, even though the books came out after he died in the series. Spoiler, it's a long series. So yeah, and that's what I suppose. Yeah, this is actually one of the few um, male authors. Most of the authors I read actually are women. That's just how it is, really. But yeah, this is a very cool murder mystery story set on a island in the Caribbean. So if you're into that, check it out. And you don't have to have seen the series to understand that. And also, this is not a novelization of an episode. It's just the characters, but it's a new mystery. It's not a mystery you have already seen or could have already seen. Then we have So Thrilled for You by Holly Bourne. Holly Bourne started as writing YA books, and now she writes adult books. This is a very, very good book that I read last year for my one of my book clubs. It's about five friends who are they're the same age because of they met in school, but they're at kind of different stages in life. One is trying to find a husband, one is trying to get pregnant, one is going to get married, so all these different stages. And there's there's different timelines, and yeah, very, very good book. Then we have blah, blah, blah. Well, I suppose I did say we don't really that read that much male authors. I do read some of them, though all of these are non-fiction authors. I don't know what that tells you, but yeah. So we have Pride by Tim Tate and LGSM. So Tim Tate, he interviewed people who were there when this happened. So first the real life thing happened, then the movie came out, which is like from the picture, and then he wrote a book, or came up with a book where he interviewed people. So this book has pictures and interviews, and yeah, it's a very accessible, easily read non-fiction book. Ask a Historian by Greg Jenner, very good book. So it's kind of goes into history and by some questions, and highly recommend it. Null Points by Tim Moore. It's all about people who have gotten 0 points in Eurovision. One of them being Norway's Jan Teigen. And always actually twice in this book because, yeah, Jan Teigen has gotten 0, I think, a few times, and then there's also, I don't remember his name, but yeah, there's another guy who also got 0, who didn't really handle it the same way, but still, and it's interesting, like, because, okay, so Tim Moore, he goes around interviewing people who have gotten 0 points, so he asked them, how does it affect them, and what did you do, what did you think, and blah blah blah. And it's quite an interesting take, really, I would say. But also, like, if you're a Eurovision fan, this is a book for you. And then we have Aisha Malik's The Other Side of Happiness. So this is the second book in her trilogy. She has other books in her trilogy also, but yeah, her trilogy is the one that I love. Aisha Malik is a Pakistani Englishwoman, so Englishwoman, and she writes contemporary. I suppose it was like kind of compared to Bridget Jones when it came out. And I suppose it's kind of similar. It's the main character is Muslim, but she's trying to find a husband. So it's a dating in modern England. Well, modern England it came out like in 2015, so 10 years ago. But I would say modern-ish. What is modern? How do you define modern? I don't know. Depends on who you ask, maybe. But yeah, this is just a very good series. And then we have Losing It Sex Education for the 21st Century by Sophia Smith-Gaylor, another non-fiction book, but by a woman. Sophia Smith-Gaylor is Italian English, and I suppose in a way, like having all these people on this list that aren't English from 10 centuries backwards, God just kind of shows you that English people that are just made of all different kinds of people, and not just Vikings diluted. They're so much more than that. And yeah, this is just a very good take on sex education and how that differs around the world and whatnot. Very good book. Women Don't Own You Pretty by Florence Given. But it's few, but yeah. This is the short version of it. There's also a longer version. And yeah, it was a interesting read. Like, look at feminism and growing up in the 2000s and how that shaped Florence. And yeah, very good book. A Beginner's Guide to Acting English by Shapi Khorsandi. So Shapi, she grew up in, now I'm suddenly blanking out. Yeah, Iran. Let's say Pakistan, sorry. Iran. But then she moved because her dad was against the government. So she fled to England. So I think like she was like 9, 10 when came to England. So she has like memories of arriving in England and whatnot. So this is kind of the story of her childhood, but also a bit about her adulthood. Well, like I would say most about her childhood, discovering how it is to be in England and whatnot. And yeah, very, very good book. Between the Stops by Sandy Toxic. So Sandy, she grew up, well, a few years she lived in Denmark. Her dad's Danish, her mom's British. And then after a few years, they ended up moving around, and then she, she lived quite a few years in England, not England, in the US. But then she moved to England because of stuff. But her mom is British, so yeah, and now she's kind of like a British national treasure. So this is a non-fiction book all about. It's both about, I would say, both about her childhood, but also about stops and places around London. So if you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. I'm Only in it for the Parking by Lee Riley, or Lost Voice Guy, who's a comedian who doesn't have a voice, but like he still like has his own jokes. So he uses like a computer to say his jokes. And yeah, a very good book about being disabled and different in England. Odd Girl Out, which is by Laura James, about a woman who got the autism diagnosis as an adult. It's about her childhood, but also about when she gets the diagnosis. It's also talks a bit about Brexit, and yeah, good book. Should I go? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Then we also have Rosalind Palmer Takes the Cake by Alexis Hall. This is the first in a contemporary romance trilogy. They all take place during a competitive cake competition. And I've read the whole trilogy now. I would say for me, I would say the first book is the best. The first book is all about Rosalind, who's bisexual, and she's not afraid to tell people that she is. And then yeah, there's actually kind of a bit of a love triangle here, which is kind of fun. I feel like that's not really that common nowadays. Well, love triangle. It's more like two love interests. I'll just put it like that. And yeah, very good, delightful of a read. Then we have How to Win the World Cup by Chris Evans. So I just got this like because it felt like relevant for the video. I haven't read it, but just kind of wanted to, I don't know, a football book for football video ish. So yeah, secrets and insights from international football's top managers. People might want to read this if they watch this. Oh no, I don't watch this and also want to like football. Maybe some people do. I don't know. And then we have, as like a nice transition, we have A Cinematic Odyssey by Richard Ariadi, or Ariadi on Ariadi. A Cinematic Odyssey, written by Richard Ariadi. So Richard Ayari, he's English. His mom is Norwegian now, and his dad is Jamaican, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, his mom is Norwegian. Uh, and he just talk about not in this one. No, he talks about in another book about growing up with Norwegian mom, and well, at least yeah, his Norwegian mom. You see, like for the things I've read about her, she's like quite weird. Like it talks about like how she didn't want to go to a restaurant because they were all so expensive. Like she was just uh, very like not into using money, which doesn't really sound that Norwegian, I suppose. If you're in some places in Norway, yeah, but generally we're not like anti using money. But yeah, but like still, Richard Ayoade, you probably heard about him from IT Crowd and different places. And yeah, he also has some books. He has some books for kids, some books for adults. I would recommend checking out his writing. I would say this one is maybe his most weirdest one. It's one where, like, as you might guess, Ayari or no Ayari, he kind of talks, introduce himself in a way. So it gets a bit absurd at times. But like, if you're in the mood for absurd book, check out this one. Then we have the Norwegian books. Now, some of these are available in. Are they? Okay, give me a moment. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, all these are available in English. I'm just showing off some cool Norwegian books that you cannot read. But I suppose people have talked about maybe Norway getting more tourists because of how we were done in the World Cup and whatnot. So I suppose you could, if you end up traveling to Norway, you could buy these books and just have them as trophies. I mean, I do know people who buy books in different languages because they're so beautiful and they want a book in all the languages. I don't know. I'm still showing it to you. And maybe I do know some people watch me who are Norwegians, Luna, and also my friend from outside the internet. And maybe you're learning Norwegian. I don't know. So, anywho, Datingdagboken av Victoria Larsen Stø, Norway's newest contemporary romance. This one came out in June, and I love it so much. It gives very much Notting Hill early 2000s movies vibes, even though it's set in today's world. It's all about Ingrid. She wants to find there's no one find a husband. She wants to find a boyfriend, so she goes on Tinder. She goes on speed dating. Things happen, and yeah, just so relatable and funny, and I love it so much. And also, it's just a beautiful cover, isn't it? Sliding little glasses, but also so beautiful here and here. Then we have Den siste Valkyrien of Hannah Eik. Sorry, Hanne Eik. So this is actually a Norwegian YA book, all about. I mean, as you might guess, it's romance. Romance. It's Norse mythology based. I'm not going to give details, but this, yeah, pretty off early on Norse mythology references and whatnot. There's a competition happening. This is the first in a duology series. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to be, but I would say that like the ending, like that next to last chapter is like okay, interesting, and last page is like home. There was a cliffhanger for you. You're welcome. So yeah, that was something really. And then we have Sofienberg Mysteria by Tommy Ueland. So in this book, the it's crime series, it's crime book, but the people who solve the crime is a 19-year-old and his grandpa. So that's kind of fun. It's not like a police or a lawyer. It's someone different. I love that. And then you have Svaber of Saeed Ali. So he's a Norwegian Pakistani people man. He used to be like mostly known as a comedian, but now he's also an author. And yeah, it's a very funny crime story. It's about this cleaner who also ends up solving a crime. So yeah. Hmm. Then we have Oving Undring which is also came out this year. It's Norway's first, I would say, romantic comic. So very beautiful pictures. But yeah, only out in Norwegian as of right now. I don't know if it's going to be out in Swedish or whatnot, but yeah, that's what maybe you wanted to like look at the pictures. So beautiful pictures. And I also actually got it signed. So that was fun because the offer came to my town. So that was very fun. Then we have Anton or Andre Uhel of Gudrun Sketting. So this is the first in the middle grade series. Also, maybe I suppose maybe it could be written in England. I don't think it could be written in the US. At least it couldn't have been published like in a normal publisher in the US. Because this whole book starts by Anton, the main character, talks to his dad and finds out that he was an accident. His dad tells him that the condom broke. So that's a fun thing to like start a book with a 12-year-old in the main character. As that was 12-year-old, you probably know about condoms then, but I don't think that would be a thing in like a American middle grade book. But yeah, so this first whole book, he kind of tries to kind of find ways to make his life worth something because he's told that it was an accident, so he kind of feels like he have to make up for being not being planned. So that's kind of like oh, but he also tries to find a girlfriend for his dad because his mom died when he was a kid for breast cancer or something. And yeah, it's just the best book ever. I think this is out in Swedish and Danish. I don't think it's out in other languages. Might be wrong. Anyway, yep. Anton och Andrew Hell. Overlevelsesplan av Elin Bjørhøy. So again, Norway has gotten like a bloom in romance books, contemporary romance books. This one came out in March, and yeah, it's just the best. This is also small town romance, and yeah, it's BDSM, which I'm not really into, but I did skip those parts. But the other parts, so good. So yeah. And then En lykkelig slutt av Anne Louise Morset. So this book came out, well, the eh, sorry, the paperback came out this year, but the hardcover came out last year, and it kind of started this whole like people thought, okay, Norwegian romance, okay, people want it, let's give people that, and then this year, lots of them came out. There's just one last year, so but yeah, it's a very good book. It's takes place in a publishing house. Two rivaling authors having to work together. Enemies to lovers is ish, and yes, very very good book. Bum bum bum. Then we have Benny Gårdplanken. Talked about this before. This is the latest in a middle grade series again, where the main character is gay, which is not really it's not totally uncommon, but it's not very common. And yeah, here the couple kiss on the cover, which even though you have like gay books here and there, I think it's really that the couple kiss, so that's so fun. Also, just so beautiful cover, really. But yeah, in this book, the couple they go together on vacation. Well, with his family, but still, and yeah, shenanigans happen. It's the best. And then we have Helvete of Alan Lou. So this is a quite kind of shorter book. It is 100 pages, 106 pages. It's all about this woman who's divorced and randomly discovers that in her backyard there's an entrance to hell, and then she discovers the devil, and then she starts having a relationship with the devil. So yeah, it's quite fun and funny, and yeah, very different. Then we have Avkledd of Nina Brockman, which is a book all about female sexuality in medicine. Nina Brockman has gotten other books translated, and this is new books, so maybe this will be out in other languages in the future. I don't know. I read it this year, a few months ago, and love it so much. Some much stuff I didn't know at all, and yeah, just great, great book. Also, fun cover, you know. And then we have Kongerekka, which is based on a podcast all about Norway's Viking kings. And people have been talking all about Vikings because of the national team's promo picture, the row, all that kind of stuff. So, kind of like a Viking book should be on the list there somewhere, really. Hmm. Then we have Fagottskorets Lille Rosa of Kari Slottsøen. So this is Norway's gay choir from Oslo. I should say I think it's the only gay choir in Norway. I suppose there might be more. I think it's at least the oldest gay choir. Again, I might be wrong, but I feel like it is. But yeah, this came out 2 years ago when they had their 20th anniversary. It's interviewed with different people in the choir, but it's also about what they've done, what they have accomplished, stuff like that. Lots of pictures here and there, and yeah, very good book. You know, I'll talk about this one as well. And the current read on one of them is a Norwegian book, Under Midnight Sun, Another Midnight Sun of Kaja Newlin. So, yeah. I don't think she's translated to any languages yet, but also beautiful cover. So, just gonna say that. And, yeah. Have you read any of these books? Do you have a favorite author from England? Or book? From like, I suppose maybe you've read one book that's set in England from an English author. Do you have you read a book from a Norwegian author? Because we do have some in our strategies. Some we don't have any at all. And yeah, do you care about the World Cup? Talk to me in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye.